the light we resist.
In a forest, stitched with sunlight and shadow, there lived a fox, sleek, golden, and proud. It moved like a whisper, like a flame, like something the wind admired. The fox believed it needed no guidance, not from stars, not from maps, not from anything older than its own confidence.
It knew the forest well, or so it thought. Every bend, every burrow, every breeze. And when it came upon an old lantern, half buried beneath a blanket of moss, it scoffed. "I have eyes," said the fox. "I have instinct. I have pride." The lantern said nothing. It simply waited.
But the forest is not always kind, and pride is not always wise.
That evening, the sky dimmed faster than usual. Clouds gathered like secrets. The trees grew thick with silence. Paths twisted. Familiar scents vanished. The fox trotted on, slower now, ears twitching.
It told itself stories. "This is just dusk. I've walked darker trails. I don't need help." But the forest had changed, and the fox, for all its grace, had not.
Hours passed, or maybe it was only minutes. Time bends when you're lost. The fox's steps grew hesitant, its breath visible in the cooling air.
And then, through the thorns, through the hush, it saw it again. The lantern, waiting, exactly where it had been left.
This time, the fox did not scoff. It did not speak. It simply bowed its head, not to the lantern, but to the truth, that sometimes light must be accepted, not earned.
With a paw, the fox brushed away the moss. With a breath, it coaxed the flame to life. The lantern glowed, not brightly, but warmly. It cast a circle of gold around the fox, revealing not just the path ahead, but the roots beneath, the leaves above, and the fox's own reflection in a puddle nearby.
It saw itself, not as a creature above the forest, but as part of it, not as a master of light, but as one who had once resisted it.
The fox walked on, the lantern illuminating its path, not leading, not following, just accompanying.
And the forest, once treacherous, softened. Branches parted, shadows thinned. Even the wind seemed to hum a gentler tune.
And though the fox never spoke of that night, it carried the lantern always, not for the light it gave, but for the lesson it held. Pride may blind us, but humility, quiet, patient, and brave, can light the way, not just through the forest, but through ourselves.
In the rush to prove ourselves, we often reject guidance, believing independence is strength and help is weakness. But life has its shadowed paths. Pride can blur our vision. The lantern, like those gentle truths we brush aside, waits for humility to unlock its glow. This story reminds us, asking for help is not surrender, it's wisdom. True light doesn't blind or boast, it reveals. Growth begins not when we power forward, but when we pause, reflect, and accept what we once resisted. Whether it's advice we ignored, support we dismissed, or moments we feared vulnerability, there's always a lantern nearby. All it asks is that we're brave enough to light it.